I'm going to be taking Scout out in a few minutes to work with him on the small cart and pulling. And I want to talk about PetSafe SprayShield citronella scented animal deterrent spray. I have a problem with the number of dogs that live around me. It never used to be this many dogs. I went for a walk this past Sunday, and I walked by a house where the woman had her small poodle or terrier type on a leash in her yard, which is fine. There was someone behind me, like 500 feet behind me, with another small type dog on a leash. And I wasn't involved with this, but this is typical of what people do. When the second dog got up to where the first dog was in its yard, the two women are like, "Oh, your dog is so cute. My dog wants to say hello." And without asking the second owner, the first woman comes out of her yard and allows her dog right over to the other dog. The second woman kind of dealt with it. And I'm fuming. I was fuming, and I'm not even involved in it. Because if that were me and I'm walking by with Scout or with the cart or without the cart, trying to train him, and he being a service dog, I would then have to get defensive with the woman that came out of her yard. I would have to stop and say, "He's a service dog, stay away from him, I don't want dogs near him." And what ends up happening, because there are so many dogs in this neighborhood, is I get known as a lady who doesn't like dogs. And all I'm doing is protecting my own dog. Plus, I have epilepsy and seizures and a reason for having a service dog. So this kind of action by dog owners that feel everybody's dog should be best friends at a dog park all the time works against having a service dog. In addition, on July 4th weekend, there were a total of 12 dogs, excuse me, 2 that were huge Rottweilers. So that just come through the neighborhood. They don't live here. They're just... So, I have decided there were a few animal deterrent sprays. My worst case scenario is the day that the 2 little rat dogs got loose from their owner, and I would not have been able to stop the 2 of them from biting the feet, at least, of my dog. So I went ahead and I ordered this. Now, what you have to do is check and make sure it's legal in your state. In Massachusetts, dog deterrents are legal, and pepper spray is legal. Now, pepper spray is really bear spray, but I think with bears, it's in a stronger concentration, and pepper spray for dogs would not be probably as concentrated. But what that tells you, that they use pepper spray for both bears and dogs, is that people can run into dogs that cause more than a problem, cause physical damage. So I opted for this, which is a citronella scented animal deterrent spray. Citronella is what you have mosquito candles made out of, or there are citronella scented geraniums. I think it's completely plant-based. What I plan to do, and you see the picture there, the woman has a small chihuahua. There's what looks to be a stray dog approaching, and she's spraying this at basically the dog's face. The smell is so bothersome to them, it should stop them. But you have to read the directions. It says it's proven safe and humane way to deter aggressive animals. Shake the can for 1 to 2 seconds. Slide the trigger to the right to activate. Aim the nozzle at the animal's nose and depress the trigger. The spray stream has a maximum reach of 10 feet. A full can will spray up to 12 seconds. That's not very much. To lock the trigger, lift the red tab and slide it to the left until locked. So that's when you're just carrying it. But it says right here, may not stop all animals. Proven effective in stopping low to medium level aggression. Some dogs are so strongly motivated that no known spray deterrent is effective. Physical restraint is the only way to stop an attack by these animals. And then it goes on with first aid treatment. Try not to breathe the vapors. It says product is an irritant. Do not breathe dust, fumes, gas, mist, or spray. Now, someone I know who walks their dog all the time for miles at a time didn't want any potential lawsuits if you spray something like this at someone else's dog. And it says here, product is an irritant, do not breathe. She didn't want to get into another dog owner saying, you injured my dog with this irritant. So she opted out, and I have tried it, opted for a very similar product that is just air. And you buy CO2 cartridges as refills, and it makes a noise similar to the hissing that this would make, but it's just the noise. And with the dogs that I've run into in my neighborhood, I didn't think that was going to be loud enough to stop something. Now, I forget where I bought this, but on Amazon, somebody had made a comment that they spray it above or kind of next to the dog, and it still stopped a dog for them. One person on a bike said he had 4 or 5 dogs coming after him repeatedly, and this stopped them. So it's something for people to think about. In my case with a service dog, and if we use the example I gave of just walking up the street and somebody decides, oh, my dog wants to meet your dog, first of all, they're disturbing a disabled person with a service dog. So verbally, I can say, he's a service dog, please don't come over here, and keep walking. If that doesn't work, or if the dog gets loose, the second thing I would do is say, I have a spray that will stop your dog. Please contain your dog. By the third time, and I've gone into this with a woman with a poodle, by the third time, if the owner isn't listening, that gives you enough time to get this out and just spray the dog, or spray in front of the dog. And by that time, the owner is going to figure out you do not want their dog near your dog. We're really dealing, in my case, unless there's a stray dog, we're dealing with owner education. So before I spray everybody's dog, I'm going to, when I bump into somebody, say, I have a spray that will keep your dog away. Please keep your dog on a leash. And yes, I'll probably be known as the lady with the dog spray. But it's better than having someone's dog go after my dog. So this is PetSafe SprayShield. One can is about $16. Chewy, eBay, Amazon. Over time, I'll let you know how it works. It comes with a belt clip. Now, one woman, another woman who uses an air spray, also keeps a loud bike horn, an old-fashioned rubber bike horn with her. And she said the horn and the noise is faster because she keeps it in her hand. And she's afraid it would take her too long to get the air spray out of her pocket or off her belt. I don't know, if Scout and I had not gotten home that day, of the rat dogs getting loose and the rat dogs had come near us, I would have needed this. So that's where I am, and it's a product that's out there, and because I'm training him to a cart, he's not going to be able to react. He's going to have these poles attached to his vest, and you know, he's working. It's not going to be a dog party or a dog fight. I mean, and it makes him a little bit more vulnerable. So if you have a service dog and you plan on really keeping them separate from all other dogs, which is basically what I do, then this is something you might want to consider. Okay, so I'm getting Scout ready to go out. I just want to show you I have this can on my belt. Now the odd thing is that they have the trigger, this is locked to the left. I'd have to pick it up off of here, grab it, flip it, press it. And I have to be able to do that quickly if I need it. Now this is a worst case scenario, really. I love dogs. I don't want to be spraying anybody's dog. I want people to know the rules and stick by them. So I have to say, maybe because of my disability, this is a little nerve-wracking. I'm armed, you know, against somebody else's dog, which is probably the most wonderful dog in the world. But the violation of space that I need makes this necessary for me right now. Now I have to say, we just came back, and it depends on your dog also. As we were coming back from where we were, one of the neighborhood ladies was walking her dachshund, beautiful dog, sit, and was on the phone. And people don't pay attention. So Scout, I had him sit, and he just sat there and watched the dog go by. He didn't bark, didn't say a thing. Which I'm really lucky that he's basically non-reactive. He gets excited about my neighbor's new dog because he hasn't figured out why she's in his yard, really. And that the fence that I put up is helping with that, for the two dogs to realize they only have half a yard. But here's that deterrent, and I would have been ready had that, in this case, the dachshund come up to him, or the woman not take care of her dog, or something. Luckily, I have a good dog.